Today I came by this riverside to read a book. It's called The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. It's by Agatha Christie. As we start growing in our life, we realize that there are a lot of confusions inside us, and the biggest confusion is what we are doing, if that's the right thing to do or not. To some extent, it could be questioned that what's the point of reading a fiction? It does not help with anything. Well, I do not hold that opinion. I think that fiction, it's pure pleasure. You read it so that it takes you to another world, to some different country. This book, it's set in England, and I've never been to England, so it's kind of surprising to me that how I here standing in France, in Paris, can imagine and can visualize things happening back in the UK, in a small town in UK, and I can clearly visualize how people would be there. The name of the place is King's Abbots. How their interaction would be, what it would be shaped by. It also has a very calming impact on my nerve. When I'm reading a work of fiction, it's that I'm pulled in. I'm in a whole new world, and usually that does not happen with non-fiction. Well, there are definitely some advantages of reading non-fiction. However, I think that a lot of things in life that we do are just for pleasure, and the more busy our life got, the more there were these productivity hacks and productivity gurus, and the more society wanted us to make the most out of every single moment. A question that we need to stop and ask is that, is it something that we truly desire? Do we want to be productive, or is it something that we are doing because we are afraid of silence, because we are afraid of calmness? And it happens to me as well when I'm sitting here by the riverside. Sometimes the questions does come to my mind. What exactly am I doing? Sitting over here and reading a book, and or sometimes just watching these waves. There's no answer to that, apart from the fact that it's incredibly beautiful. It's something that I love to do. I love to come here, sit by the riverside, and do nothing, or sometimes read a work of fiction, just because I wanted to know what happens next in the story. Does this help? What helps? The question is very important, right? The arrangement of kaleidoscope could be changed at any given moment, and as Steve Jobs has really well said, that you cannot connect the dots looking forward, you always look backward. So what helps? Where do we have to arrive? Where do we have to arrive at? What are we trying to achieve? It's very difficult to say. Is sitting in my room and working for 16 hours the best strategy? On surface it feels like that I'm being productive, but am I? After 5 or 6 days of such immense efforts, when there's time for breakdown, all of a sudden it doesn't seem like a very good strategy. It's literally impossible for anyone to work for 16 hours a day and 365 days a year. Well, I'm not going to say literally impossible for everyone, because there must be someone who's doing those things out there. But I enjoy these things. I enjoy listening to the sound of birds. I enjoy looking at that horizon, looking at those trees. And when I'm specifically this place, and this is very close to the place where I live, this place absolutely feels like I'm in one of my novels. I'm sitting here and I'm part of those novels. And I think it goes with any other hobby that you have, any other thing that you enjoy. Say, if I knew how to play a violin, probably I would have come here and played violin. If I knew, well, I'm learning painting as well, so someday I will come here and paint as well. It feels like a perfect place to paint. Or yeah, I think for any hobby, this place feels like a good place to be. And sometimes just for silence between the words, silently contemplating life, understanding what is happening, what is about to happen, and simply enjoying the present, sort of forgetting the things that are upsetting us, sort of letting go of the overexcitement about the future, and just sitting here observing the river. It's so calm, so serene, so peaceful. I can look at it for hours and hours and hours. The most beautiful thing over here is that it changes. The reason why I can look at it continuously is water is continuously flowing. There's wind over here. There's what feels like stagnant is not stagnant, but it's actually moving, because if this river becomes stagnant, it's gonna die. I don't know of any river becoming stagnant, so it's always moving. And a lot of lessons have been learned from river. If you have read Siddharth, it's set by the side of a river. There's a very good movie and a story, like this movie is based on a story. It's called A River Runs Through It. I think Brad Pitt is starring in that movie. It's incredible. It's incredible. I think there's one of the line from that movie, and I think that book as well, that in the end all the happiness and sorrow and everything merges into one, and a river runs through it. It's just peaceful, away from the constant judgment and the constant pressure for achievement of the outside world. It's away from the ups and downs, and for a few moments that I steal from my life to just be here, be present, and read a book, record this video of to contemplate life, and it brings me serenity. So I think I will get back to my book and see you in the next video. Take care.